Be prepared. Top 7 ready-to-eat meals for emergencies. We all know that Mother Nature can be unpredictable, and sometimes she throws us a curveball. Power outages, storms, blizzards, they can strike when we least expect it. In those moments, having a reliable stash of ready-to-eat meals can be a lifesaver. Now, I'm not talking about fancy freeze-dried meals or expensive MREs. We're going to raid your local supermarket like Walmart for some good old-fashioned, shelf-stable grub. These are meals you can keep in your pantry, ready to go at a moment's notice. Think of it like packing your survival kit. You wouldn't head into the wilderness unprepared, and the same goes for facing a potential emergency at home. Let's dive into my top picks for ready-to-eat meals that will keep you fueled and ready for anything. First up, we've got a true survivor's staple Dinty beef stew. This stuff is a legend for a reason. It's packed with hearty chunks of beef, potatoes, carrots, all swimming in a savory gravy. It's like a warm hug in a can. I've relied on Dinty countless times in the wild. Whether I'm battling freezing temperatures or navigating dense jungle, a can of this stew always hits the spot. It's comfort food with a capital C. The beauty of Dinty is its simplicity. You don't need any fancy equipment or cooking skills. Just pop open the can, heat it up on a stovetop or campfire if you've got one, and you've got a satisfying meal ready to go. And don't let the simplicity fool you. This stuff is surprisingly filling. It's packed with protein and carbohydrates to give you the energy you need to power through any challenge. Plus, it has a long shelf life, so you can stock up and have peace of mind knowing you're prepared for whatever comes your way. Now I know what you're thinking. Bear, doesn't it get boring eating the same thing? And you're right, variety is the spice of life. But in a pinch, Dinty is a reliable companion. It's familiar, it's comforting, and it gets the job done. So next time you're at the store, toss a few cans of Dinty in your cart. Next up, we're spicing things up with a true American classic, Hormel Chili. This stuff is a staple in my pantry, and for good reason. It's hearty, it's flavorful, and it's ready to eat in minutes. I love the rich, savory flavor of Hormel Chili. It's got that perfect blend of spices that warms you up from the inside out. It's like a campfire in a can. And just like Dinty Hormel Chili is incredibly versatile. You can eat it straight from the can, heat it up on the stovetop, or even use it as a base for other dishes. One of my favorite ways to enjoy Hormel Chili is to top it with some shredded cheese and a dollop of sour cream. It adds a nice touch of richness and creaminess that takes it to the next level. Another great thing about Hormel Chili is that it's relatively inexpensive. You can usually find a can for under $2, which makes it a budget-friendly option for stocking up your emergency pantry. So, if you're looking for a tasty, convenient, and affordable meal to add to your emergency kit, look no further than Hormel Chili. It's a true survival staple that won't let you down. Now, let's talk about a true comfort food classic soup. From creamy chicken and dumplings to hearty steak and potato, there's a soup out there for every taste bud, and the best part is, many of them come in ready-to-eat cans or pouches. I always make sure to have a variety of soups in my emergency stash. They're a great source of hydration and electrolytes, which is crucial in a survival situation. Plus, the warm broth can be incredibly soothing, especially if you're feeling under the weather or stressed out. One thing to keep in mind when choosing soups for your emergency kit is the type of can. Look for cans that have a pull-top lid. This way, you won't need a can opener to access your meal. Trust me, in a pinch, the last thing you want to be searching for is a can opener. Some of my favorite soup options include Campbell's Chunky Soups, Progresso Soups, and Amy's Organic Soups. They offer a wide range of flavors and ingredients, so you're sure to find something you'll enjoy. And don't be afraid to get creative with your soups. You can add crackers, croutons, or even cooked rice or pasta to make them even more filling and satisfying. Tamales, a fiesta in a can. Let's switch gears now and talk about a true taste of Mexico tamales. These little bundles of joy are packed with flavor and perfect for a quick and satisfying meal. Now, when it comes to emergency preparedness, I'm always on the lookout for meals that are both delicious and convenient. And tamales definitely tick both of those boxes. You can find tamales in the canned food aisle of most grocery stores. Look for brands like Hormel, Rosarita, and Juanitas. They typically come in beef, chicken, and pork varieties, all smothered in a flavorful sauce. One of the things I love about tamales is that they're already cooked and ready to eat. Just heat them up in the microwave, on the stovetop, or even over a campfire and you're good to go. They're also surprisingly filling thanks to the combination of masa, corn dough, and meat. And the best part is, they taste absolutely delicious, especially when topped with your favorite salsa, sour cream, or cheese. Next time you're stocking up your emergency pantry, don't forget to grab a few cans of tamales. They're a guaranteed crowd pleaser and will add some much-needed flavor to your survival rations. Now let's talk about a true Southern comfort food classic, chicken and dumplings. This dish is known for its creamy, savory broth, tender chicken, and fluffy dumplings. And the good news is, you can find it in ready-to-eat form. One of my go-to brands for canned chicken and dumplings is Sweet Sue. They make a mean version that tastes just like homemade. It's packed with chunks of white meat chicken, soft dumplings, and a flavorful broth that will warm you up from the inside out. Another great option is Campbell's chunky chicken and dumpling soup. It's not quite as hearty as Sweet Sue, but it's still a delicious and satisfying option. Plus, it's readily available in most grocery stores. Just like with the other canned meals we've discussed, chicken and dumplings are incredibly easy to prepare. Simply open the can, heat it up on the stovetop or in the microwave, and you've got a comforting and filling meal ready in minutes. I always make sure to have a few cans of chicken and dumplings in my emergency pantry. It's a great option for a quick and easy dinner, especially on cold nights when you're craving something warm and comforting. When it comes to survival situations, keeping the little ones happy and fed can be a challenge. That's where Chef Boyardee comes in. Now, I'm not going to pretend that Chef Boyardee is the most nutritious meal on the planet, but in a pinch, it's a familiar and comforting option that most kids will actually eat, and sometimes that's all that matters. From the classic beefaroni to the cheesy mini ravioli, Chef Boyardee offers a variety of kid-friendly options that are shelf-stable and ready to eat in minutes. I always make sure to have a few cans of Chef Boyardee tucked away in my emergency pantry just in case. It's a great way to add some variety to our meals and keep the kids from getting bored with our survival rations. Plus, let's be real, sometimes even adults crave a little bit of childhood nostalgia. And there's something undeniably comforting about a warm bowl of Chef Boyardee, no matter how old you are. Don't underestimate the power of this pantry staple. It might not be gourmet, but it's a reliable and familiar option that can make a big difference in an emergency situation. Finally, let's talk about a true breakfast of champions, even in an emergency corned beef hash. This stuff is packed with protein and flavor, making it a great way to start your day or fuel up for a long day of survival. Now I know what you're thinking. Bear, corned beef hash for breakfast? Really? And trust me, I get it. It's not your typical bowl of cereal. But hear me out. Corned beef hash is a powerhouse of nutrients. It's packed with protein from the corned beef, carbohydrates from the potatoes, and even some essential vitamins and minerals. It's a meal that will stick to your ribs and keep you going for hours. Plus, it's incredibly versatile. You can eat it straight from the can, fry it up in a pan, or even use it as a filling for omelets or breakfast burritos. One of my favorite ways to enjoy corned beef hash is to fry it up with some chopped onions and peppers. It adds a nice sweetness and crunch that complements the salty corned beef perfectly. When you're at the grocery store, don't overlook the humble can of corned beef hash. It might not be the most glamorous item on the shelf, but it's a true survival staple that can provide you with the energy and nutrients you need to power through any challenge. There you have it, my top 7 ready-to-eat meals for emergencies. Being prepared is key to surviving any situation. What are your go-to ready-to-eat meals? Share your favorites in the comments below. While these quick meals are essential for short-term emergencies, don't forget about long-term supplies. Having a good stock of rice, beans, canned meats, and other non-perishable items can make a world of difference. Thanks for joining me today, and remember, knowledge is power, and being prepared could save your life. Until next time, stay safe out there.